up those reflections. We also have some things, you'll see some white units up in the corners, which are actually bass traps. They limit the amount of bass that exists in the space so that you don't have a lot of extra kind of muddying the sound, right? So you want to try and make sure that you've got a good sound in the room. That is all engineered by an acoustic engineer who says, okay, these are the spots that I need to pay attention to. Here's where reflections exist. Here's what I do about that. So you'll notice that the room is pretty much symmetrical, right? There's glass on this side, there's glass on this side. There's a door there, there's a door there. There's reflection in the back, but it isn't really reflection. We've put in a diffuser. These are diffusers also, but that's a diffuser made out of plexiglass. So when sound hits it, it comes out at different times. It's not reflected as it would be off of a solid wall. And it breaks up the sound so that it doesn't continue to go and be at the same volume level or intensity level, as we call it. Notice we also put some monitors in the back of the room, which don't happen to be on right now, but we can put images back there as well, so you can see what's going on in the studio, or even if you have this camera pointed right down at the screen, while you're sitting in the back of the room, you can have the experience of being here, right? So that students will be able to understand exactly what the teacher is doing. Oh, when I turn this EQ button here, I get this. When I actually am going to put on the phantom power, here's how I do that. Here's how I set a limit. Here's how I set compression threshold, et cetera, et cetera. That can all be pre-planned and made sure that all I have to do is hit a button and it'll go to the next preset. So the main thing we want to do is try and get sound, right? So the first thing is to make sure that we've done a line check. So Kat, can you go in and let's start out with the drum mics.
Oh.
So the mics are going to be bass drum, snare drum, 2 overheads, then the 2 pianos, then the first vocal mic, then the 414, then the vocal on the piano, and then the other one. And let's just go through the line check so we can actually check those mics and make sure that they're happening. So there's Kat.
Yeah. All right. You want to scratch the kick for a second?
So he's got a talkback button here where he can talk to them, whether or not there's two speakers up in the ceiling, and there's also headphones that are set up for the musicians.
That's her scratching the mic right now.
Right. So
sounds good.
We can get.
Please.
So this is something that you do. You go and you check the line. You make sure that each line is active and that it shows up where you want it to show up on the console.
Scratch it a little harder.
Much more vigorously.
There it is.